sound.
All right.
It's gonna be okay.
Let's fucking do it, baby. Do what we do.
Yeah, I think I can. I think I have enough voice to get out the top three.
Drink some tea or something.
What's that?
You got to get some tea. It'll help your throat.
I'm on it. This week on the Media Virus Podcast. Oh no, Instagram's Algo accused of catering to pedos. In an effort to build an AI to advise on ethics, scientists inadvertently build AR, or the artificial racist. Amid the continued war in Ukraine, students at university in Russia rally peers to donate their vapes to be upcycled into drones to bolster the nation's failing military. Wait. Breaking as we come to the air tonight, gay furry hackers have infiltrated a U.S. nuclear facility. More on this in the A block. Then we'll have more news in the B block, a discussion about the 9 signs that the head shrinkers say indicate intelligence. Then in the C block, we bring you Maddie's TikTok Nonsense Corner and get a report from our BBC correspondent at the U of V with Just the Tips number 67 on this, the 160th episode of the Media Virus Podcast. And I'm going to have to cover for just a second because I forgot to bring the jingle palette up that has the button for the button. That one right there. It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us with executive producer Mike Latoris. We're going to start over. BBC correspondent Stanley McFadden.
Makes me tingly in an unfamiliar way.
Grease Monkey Pete.
Damn, Big Daddy.
Here's the thing about the Media Virus Podcast. It's really well done.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Maddie Rockdef.
Hot damn, do we have a show for you people this week. I am Maddie Rockdef, the Maddiest of all Rockdefs, and proof positive that anyone can have a podcast. People never ask me all the time, Maddie, what gives you credibility on being a talk show host? And my answer is I have engaged in the fucking around and I have found out. And that is why I put the ultra and ultra crepidarian. Welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. I want to take a minute to thank all the new subscribers for their support. And whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or if you're just fucking checking us out on the MediaVirus.com, thank you. And as always, you can give us a call at 646-VIRUS-01, 646-VIRUS-01. You might make it on the show. Who knows? Man, we've had almost like a week to recover from the Thanksgiving holiday.
That's true.
How you guys? How was your Thanksgiving? Was it
was fantastic. You may remember last week I mentioned I was a little hoarse.
I thought you said you were getting little whores.
No, I was getting a little hoarse.
Oh,
that was actually
like a pony.
Like, isn't there a code against that in the city?
Starting to lose.
I meant midgets. What? Oh, yeah, he's talking about his voice.
And that was due to last week I was exposed to a bad perfume by a rider, and it was rough on me. I have some fragrance allergies, and this one was particularly rough. I haven't had a reaction like it in a long time. And then by Friday, I was nearly incapacitated and have just hammer through, but I've not been well since.
I'm sorry to hear that, but did you? I mean,
very sorry to hear that.
I hope your holiday meal was good.
Oh, the holiday was in and of itself was fantastic.
What'd you do, Pete?
Went to my sister's in Perkiomenville.
Nice visit with the family.
With my sister and her. They're not married, but they've been together long enough. I guess they're common law married, essentially.
Right. No, I got you.
Her boyfriend and her boyfriend's family was there. his sisters, his mom, his dad, their kids. You know, like,
Yeah, if you don't
and it
have
was
that much
me and
family,
me
you
and
might
my
as well get
father.
married.
Well, that's cute. You just hang out with your dad.
Yeah, I am lucky that I made it there and back in one piece.
Dad drove, did he?
Dad drove. Yeah, dad drove. Dad.
How old is dad?
Yeah, dad is 80 years old.
And you still drive?
He still
Now
drives.
my dad's 92. When he was 80, that was he was still driving. And he would just tell you to get in the car. And you just had to accept death at that point.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
because
like,
he couldn't drive that good when he was younger. My dad was blind in one eye and really couldn't see all that well out of the other.
yeah.
And he would drive by the like my dad. He always did at least 5 miles below the speed limit. But
That is totally not my dad's problem.
he could still kill. He can still kill you at 30 miles an hour.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And so
No, my dad thinks he's like Superman. He got cataract surgery like a couple years ago. So like he's got great vision now, you know, like,
Yeah.
right.
It
and
is.
he drives the speed limit, like over the speed limit, but he doesn't drive smooth. Like he rides right up to the guy in front of you, like right on his bumper, and when they stop, like he just jams the brake pedal to the floor. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. There were several of those, like, you know, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Yeah, it was a little nerve wracking. I think I had to have a beverage when I got to my sister's house.
It's still fun to take a ride with dad, though. I mean, it's something that you look back on. I mean, you made it, so you can look back on it fondly. What? You know what, dude? It's funny you threw a moo in there. You're trying to be funny. I have hit the broadside of a barn. And that's a true story. I was going down. I was 17. I was going down this like winding gravel road, and I was doing like 70. And like I went to stop. And something happened, and the ass end came around this way. I hit an embankment, and then the passenger side of the car just hit the broadside of a barn. Like I went through the wall, looked over, and saw cows. They were pissed.
It was like those scenes in Dukes of Hazzard.
Like, and it was one of those things where I then had to ask to use their phone to call my dad because this was before cell phones.
Oh.
And like they could have just killed him. They could have just like, you know what? Like no one would. What is that noise? I don't understand that one at all.
Sounds like a computer.
You're just having fun. Can you stop that, please? That's really fucking annoying.
I don't have a Maddie's dad button, so I.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
That's a lot like what it sounded like. But because of the Thanksgiving holiday, I wanted to take a minute to say thank you to Grease Monkey Pete and Big Daddy and the executive producer of the program, the Reverend and Professor Mike Latoris, for their hard work and dedication. We've gone 3 years strong, and we dove right into year 4 without even.
We didn't even ask you to acknowledge it.
Yeah, we didn't even. We forgot about it. We didn't think about it. But there's another member of the infection team that deserves a thank you for all their hard work, and that of course is Staff Writer Bill. Because if it wasn't for Staff Writer Bill, we wouldn't know important things such as if you can get past the mental block of sucking one dick, then you can suck all kinds of dick. Or if you don't have safety glasses, just wear a box over your head while you're hitting glass with a hammer.
Sure.
And now, Bill has brought us this breaking news update.
That's right. Told me in my ear as we were getting started that this is a breaking news update. I'm bringing you the latest on a significant cybersecurity incident. In an unprecedented breach, a U.S. nuclear research facility has fallen victim to a group of hackers who identify themselves as gay furry hackers.
I want it to be understood that that's how they refer to themselves.
This is,
right.
we are not.
We are not calling them gay furry hackers.
No.
This is what they are calling.
They identify as gay furry hackers.
That's right. We would not put these. We would not put these tags on someone who did not want them. These are the tags that they have asked to be acknowledged as gay furry hackers. The breach raises serious concerns about the vulnerability of a critical infrastructure to unconventional threats. Authorities are actively investigating the extent of the breach and the potential impact on national security. Cybersecurity experts are working diligently to assess the motives behind this distinctive attack. While the name may add an element of peculiarity, the situation is far from trivial. Government officials are emphasizing the need for heightened security measures in the face of evolving cyber threats.
Mike,
Yes.
I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah.
We've apparently the hackers have made a statement.
Oh.
I'm gonna read it now.
Okay.
Meow 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 meow.
Right. And is there any indication of what they may have meant by that?
Well, they added, we have successfully gained access to the Idaho National Laboratory, and that we have accessed hundreds of thousands of users, employee, and citizen data, including full names, dates of birth, addresses, social security numbers. That's been confirmed by the Lori McNamara, who's the Idaho National Laboratory. But I think that they opened up, and I want to be very, very clear about this. They opened up this exchange with, and I'm going to read it again. Hang on, let me get my glasses right. Meow, 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 meow.
Well, that's.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I misread that. It's meow, 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 meow. That's how.
I mean, that's either way.
Big difference. Huge difference.
But either way, that's a serious message, not to be taken lightly.
I apologize for putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong, putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's understandable. Feline is not, common domestic house cat is not your first language.
No. And did you know that cats only meow to communicate with humans?
That's true.
I'm a little confused. You've always been a pussy, but I'm sorry.
Pete gets a new setup, sits at a desk and shit, and thinks he can throw fucking shade.
Pete started working again.
I see how you are.
He's like a productive member of society. So now
I'm a productive member of society. I'm gonna start laying down some shit.
He's going to rise up and fight back against our oppression.
Our verbal abuses.
Let's see. The affected facility is collaborating with federal agencies to address the breach and to bolster defenses against future attacks. As this story develops, stay tuned for updates on the investigation and the broader implications for national security. The incident underscores the urgency of reinforcing our cybersecurity defenses to protect vital infrastructure from unforeseen and unconventional threats. We'll continue to bring you the latest information as it becomes available.
So just to be clear, I want to be completely clear about this.
Transparent. Go ahead.
People who get a sexual charge from dressing up as animals, who are also homosexuals, so they're all men, right? Because they're gay.
Right. They
right?
Gay out there.
Yeah, there's female ones.
I don't think lesbians consider themselves gay. I think I don't know what I don't know.
Gay's
We have to
gay.
put labels on everything. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking this is all sexual fetish have broken into a nuclear facility. Okay, cyberly,
Yeah.
Now, what do you think the chances are that those same people work for companies like Instagram?
Well, it's possible, and one of the things that I do want to make the point of here, I was looking at some of the source material for the story we just did on that, and I as their quote wears on, it says that they are willing to make a deal with the INL, the INL. What was I believe that's
Idaho
the
Nuclear.
Idaho National Laboratory. If they research creating IRL in real life cat girls, we will take down this post. A cat girl generally refers to a young, breasted female animated character with feline traits, like cat ears or a tail. Many people ask why. We are cats. Intricacies such as why do not concern us, the group wrote.
That tracks.
Just
It's what the attraction is to dress up, like to pretend to be a pet. There's no responsibility in it.
Hey.
You know what I mean? It's like, so if you can, I guess, figure out how to hack into something, are you asking for them to genetically make a cat person crossbreed?
That's
have
what
to be
they're asking.
specifically female?
I'm just gonna stop and say I feel like this was the plot of like a Care Bears movie at one time. Like they had that evil guy, that the Care Bears were after, and I'm pretty sure
I
he
feel like this is the exact opposite of Care Bears.
Took over like a nuclear facility. Like I feel like that happened. So
it's a bunch of cute hackers with skulls and crossbones on their fucking bellies, just hating. I want to fuck a crossbreed cat person. What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's different, right?
Like, listen, you do what you want to do with your life, man. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Dress up like a cat. You want to shit in a box, man? Cool.
But I mean,
wait, but when we start fucking with the laws of God, man, when we start crossbreeding cats and like, where does she shit? Does she shit in the box or does she shit in the toilet?
Well, she's at my house. She has to go out and shit in the yard. I don't keep a shit box that big in the house.
What do you feed it?
Anybody ever watch CSI Vegas?
Yeah.
There's an episode on there of like a guy that he gets shot out in the desert wearing a
Would
wily.
You really want to get a blowjob from a scratchy tongue?
No. Definitely not.
Think about a cat's tongue.
Right.
No. It's like
that.
1,000 little spikes. No.
All right, CSI. I'm sorry, Pete. Go ahead.
That's okay. CSI. There's an episode on there of the guy they find in the desert dead, and he's wearing like a wily coyote costume, and turns out he's a furry, and they track like through the whole group of furries, all these people. That's where my mind went when I'm like, is that what these guys are?
Yeah, they're people that dress up as animals
and pretend to be those animals.
And then fuck each other.
Yep.
Because it's not enough to just fuck each other.
He got shot in the desert because some guy thought he was like a giant like raccoon or something.
And actually, from that same episode of CSI, that's where I learned that among the furries, there's degrees of furrydom.
Oh yeah.
Like there's some people who are very pure, and like the costume has its little affinity for another one, and they hang out together. They do intimate shit, but they don't like.
They don't ever take the head off. They don't ever like
actually fuck. But then there's some people.
Wasn't it called scritching?
Yeah, they can't get off unless there's the costume and the whole.
Right. Yeah, the costume. If they're not wearing the costume, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like,
and each of those groups looks at the other like, that's weird.
Yeah. Now,
as much as we're looking at the whole thing, like, so you put on a stuffed animal suit, right?
So I'm going to try my awesome fucking segue again
Okay.
and say, what do you think the chances of their overlapping between the dudes that hacked into the Idaho nuclear facility and dudes that work at Instagram?
Well, Matt, I think the chances are pretty good. This is your Media Virus Podcast News Update. I'm not Maddie Rockdef. In a shocking revelation, Instagram algorithm is under investigation for allegedly catering to adults with questionable interests in children. According to the Wall Street Journal's investigation, the algorithm owned by Meta has been serving explicit content to users it deems may have a prurient interest in children. The social media giant uses an algorithm to
Oh,
recommend.
this guy likes to watch videos of kids fucking. Let's show him kids fucking.
That's pretty much what they're saying.
I'm sure it's not kids fucking because it's Instagram.
Well, let's see
But
what
I
they have
mean,
to say. The social media giant uses an algorithm to recommend reels, short videos on topics of interest. However, when the journal tested accounts that exclusively followed teen and preteen influencers, disturbing content, including explicit footage of children and and overtly sexual adult videos were recommended. The Canadian Center for
why are
Child
children making overtly sexual fucking films or videos? One, can we look into that?
But you'd think that would be like as the platform provider, there is some responsibility for what remains on the
Like
site.
instead of
Not necessarily
taking it
what's
down,
posted.
they just show it to perverts.
Well, I mean, how else are you gonna? I mean, if you've got access to gold content that's going to drive traffic on your site, you want to use it, right?
I mean, I ain't using that.
Well, no, I mean, we're
Fuck's sake.
normal. I'm talking about, Mark Zuckerberg. The Canadian Center for Child Protection independently conducted similar tests with parallel results, raising concerns about safety on the platform. The investigation revealed that many accounts following young influencers had significant number of adult male followers, prompting further scrutiny.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. There are sites for porn,
There are
right?
lots of them.
Lots of them free.
Most of them, yeah. Many of them.
Free. Just you can watch so much porn for free.
Yep.
Instagram is a level of
I'm gonna do that later.
watch porn.
Hell yeah.
Free.
I'm free white and over the age of 21.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
That's a quote from somewhere, and I can't remember where at this point, but yeah. Major brands, including Disney, Walmart, Bumble, and even the Wall Street Journal itself, had their ads appear alongside inappropriate content. Meta assured these companies that they are investigating the matter and will fund brand safety audits from external firms. Samantha Stetson, the vice president at Meta, stated that the company
Seriously, how do I catch warnings from fucking 2 years ago?
right?
Because it came up in my fucking memories.
Yeah.
But there's sexually explicit content made by minors just being distributed.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. In fact, not the public facing site, mind you, but remember the last show that the three of us were on, we had a back room that was kind of housed much like we do our back room as a messenger group message.
Yes.
There's that, and there was also a closed group that we had that we were able to post and pass information as a backstage type of a vibe. And I still get warnings and have been threatened for content that's on that closed system that, mind you, only after
only 5, 6, 10 people can see.
When it was wide open, and since then Marshall and I have gone in and made some changes so that pretty much nobody can see it, and we asked for it to be deleted. I still get warnings about it from time to time.
Dude, Bob Levy tags the dungeon and shit all the time.
Still?
Still.
The Reverend Bob Levy.
The Reverend Bob, I see, I get notifications for the dungeon,
Right?
and have you looked at it lately? I guess you haven't.
I haven't, no.
But yeah, Bob Levy is always,
Be-
he's tagging us and shit to watch his.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because we actually asked for all that to be deleted. I personally pressed delete on it myself.
Oh.
But it's still there.
Yeah. So
Samantha Stetson, vice president at Meta, stated that the company is committed to eradicating such content from its platforms, emphasizing ongoing investments in safety and security measures. Stetson added that the reported results are based on a manufactured experience and do not reflect the daily experiences of billions of users. This isn't the first time that Instagram has faced controversy regarding inappropriate content. Earlier this year, a joint report by the Wall Street Journal, Stanford University, and the University of Massachusetts Amherst exposed Instagram's association with a network promoting underage sex content. Meta responded by forming a task force to enhance automated systems for detecting and removing suspicious accounts. Stay tuned to this.
yeah, a task force to create an automated system to show perverts kitties. Kid diddlers. They're all a bunch of, you know what? The fucking world's full of them.
Yeah, they're all over the place. It's unfortunate.
So what we need is like an AI robot that we just is for logical, like just a completely.
And you think that's the answer, do you?
Yeah, we're just gonna like build a computer to tell us, what, like about morality and logic and all that stuff.
Normally, I'd engage in this discussion with you, but I'm just going to hop up and shake my dick as I read the next story. In a world increasingly reliant on artificial intelligence, a new player has entered the scene, promising ethical advice at the click of a button. Meet Ask Delphi, the machine learning model developed by the Allen Institute for AI.
I'm a fucking idiot. I kept saying logic.
Okay.
Ethic.
Ethics, yes, ethics. This cutting-edge tool, because ethics and logic are very different. This cutting-edge tool aims to provide ethical guidance on a myriad of dilemmas, from charitable donations to personal relationships. However, the launch of Ask Delphi last week has sparked controversy as its responses have veered into questionable territory. Critics argue that the AI designed to offer descriptive ethical advice has taken a dark turn, with some responses being labeled as outright racist and morally abhorrent. For instance, when confronted with the question of a white man walking towards you at night, Delphi responded in a nonchalant, "It's okay." Yet when the scenario involved a black man, the AI's answer took a troubling and racist turn. The ethical quagmire deepened with the feature allowing users to compare the moral acceptability of different situations, leading to bigoted judgments. Additionally, users discovered that by manipulating the phrasing, they could easily produce the desired ethical judgments, raising concerns about the system's vulnerability to exploitation. The origins of Delphi's skewed responses can be traced back to its training data. The project reportedly drew from sources such as the Am I the Asshole subreddit and the Confessions subreddit, as well as the Dear Abby advice column.
Delphi said that being straight is more morally acceptable than being gay. And,
right.
This fucking app fucks with you. I'm trying to read it from my phone.
Let's see. Experts warn that such AI systems, even in their less refined state, can have harmful consequences. Dr. Brett Carlin, a postdoctoral fellow researching cognitive science and AI, emphasizes the societal risks of imbuing machines with moral authority, especially when dealing with complex human ethical dilemmas. Despite a disclaimer on the Delphi website stating its beta status, an and advising against using it for advice or social understanding, concerns remain.
Should Elon Musk paint his face on the moon if it makes him happy? It's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
There was one I'm trying to find it, but it asked the question. It's like, no, that's not okay. He's like, well, can I do that if it makes me happy? And he's like, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it was about playing the stereo really loud at 2 a.m.
3 a.m. Yeah. Can I, a soldier, intentionally kill civilians during wartime? It's expected.
Yeah, we were pretty sure you're gonna do that. Anyway.
Why wouldn't you? You're a soldier. Start picking them off. Because you know what? Nothing. But today's civilians could be tomorrow's combatants, or they could be making future combatants. You don't know.
Or you could just pitch in and do your part. And that's what they're asking for in Russia. In a surprising turn of events, Russian university students are being urged to contribute to their country's military efforts by donating their vapes. According to a report from Novaya Gazeta Europe on November 27, 2023, students at the University of Samara are actively participating in this initiative organized by the Falcon Patriotic Military Club. The group claims that the components of vapes, specifically the circuits and batteries, can be repurposed to create combat drones for Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine. The club has initiated a widespread campaign distributing flyers and placing collection boxes around the campus to gather these electronic devices.
This is an anti-vape campaign. I don't think this has anything to do. First of all, I don't think the Russian government would be like asking for anything.
It's not specifically the
government. No, I know, but if the Russian government needed it, they wouldn't need a college to form a club. You know what I mean? They'd just go take
probably
what they needed, right? So it's, but I think if it is real, it's a fantastic way to go, because that's going to force a bunch of Russian kids to start smoking.
So they have the vape to donate,
right? But if you don't have a vape, if you don't have a vape, what are you going to do? Right? You got to smoke cigarettes now.
So the flyer that they use, reminiscent of the iconic Soviet Niet poster discouraging alcohol consumption, declares a new slogan: 1 e-cigarette equals 1 drone attack on the enemy. The group insists that these components are easily adaptable for use in ammunition release systems. The Falcon Patriotic Military Club revealed that it embarked on this vape collection effort after being approached by individuals associated with what Russia terms as a special military operation, referring to its ongoing conflict in Ukraine. This isn't the first time the club has supported Russia's military endeavors. Established in 2008, the University of Samara's military department, the group has been collecting various items for Russian troops, ranging from faulty mobile phones to camping stoves and clothing, since the invasion commenced in February of 2022. The report highlights the unique strategies employed by both Russia and Ukraine in utilizing repurposed parts for their military operations. Ukraine, for instance, is crafting decoy weapons to mislead Russia and investing in repurposing projects such as using vapes for charging drones and night vision gear. Excuse me. As both nations decrease their reliance on external sources for weapons, Ukraine is ramping up its domestic production of missiles, drones, and ammunition. Simultaneously, Russia is driving to reduce its dependence on Iranian-made drones by developing a domestic version, according to research findings. The unexpected twist in the utilization of vaping technology underscores the evolving nature of the modern warfare and innovative approaches taken by nations involved in conflict.
They figured out how to take vape and make it a fucking chemical weapon.
They weaponized vape.
They've weaponized vape. That's what else?
What next?
You're right. Exactly. It's got to be. Dude. Holy shit. Well,
Dimitri. We get them to vape this. It's
you like to vape? I show you the vape.
It is chemical weapon.
I would just, dude. What if I would put LSD in it
Well, yeah.
and then go, fucking send it, get them all fucking tripping and storm. Watch them
Yeah.
all shit themselves. Be funny.
I have this vision of like shooting down a drone and picking it up and like taking a long toke off the drone.
Hey,
Like people are like, hey, that one's got weed in it.
you kick back in a foxhole. You look up. You hope
Yeah.
somebody fires off the 50 cal with some tracer rounds. Good shit.
It is.
Real good shit.
Speaking of good shit, we got some good shit coming up in the B block.
We do. We
Yeah.
really do. Click over there. In the B block, we're going to talk about shit stuff and things. We've got some more news that we can touch on, a few more stories, and we've got a discussion about the 9 things that hedge shrinkers say indicate intelligence. Then in the C block, we're going to bring you Maddie's TikTok nonsense corner and get a report from our BBC correspondent at the U of V with just the tips number 67. I think that's about all I have. You guys have anything else you want to tag on here? We might have a few seconds.
The top 3 news has been brought to you tonight by 30246 Voice, My Sports Art Shop. You can check items out on redbubble.com and My Sports Report, and the new podcast, Stepmothers Without Children. And quick
Episode out.
yeah, they taped a new episode. Now they're using they really enjoy the Spotify podcast app. You know,
You may have to give it a shot and see if they're.
I mean, they're FaceTiming each other at the same time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because there's no video aspect of it, and
that's a little weird.
it is, But I mean, this works. What we do works for us, and that's what they do works for them. But there's all kinds of fun shit that we get into, like Stepmothers Without Children, and staff writer Bill's got his own podcast.
Yes, he does.
Um,
Disruptive Minds podcast.
That's right, Disruptive Minds podcast. So, what else? Anything that's
We
you
just
can come see me at Pure Shock on Friday
yeah.
from like
Maddie's out
11 to
there,
3 or some shit.
throwing down, getting things done, and we'll be back with the B block right after this.
I'm not saying that I masturbated 2 serial killer documentaries, just that it was on.
And we should have a few seconds left, and then it's going to drop out on us.
We have less than a minute left.
Yep. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,